Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing well today. I thought we would do a little bit of fun, intuitive watercolor painting. And this was inspired by Denise Love from Lil Owls Studio, and I'll link her channel below and the video that inspired me to make these little pieces of art, and then I'll show you how to do them also. So I'm not sure if I showed these in another video, but these are just watercolors, very easy, simple watercolor things to do. And then there's a little bit of acrylic paint on top. But there's also gold and silver. This was all one color palette here that I used underneath, and then I just used the two different colors, the kind of browny red and the Payne's gray for the acrylic on top. And then this one is pink, blue, and yellow underneath, and then I used gray acrylic paint on top. And then there's a lot of silver highlights also on top. And so the marks on top are just stenciled. This one I actually used glitter, what did I use? Glitter paint instead of just some regular. I used a little bit of acrylic, but then I also used some glitter paint on that one too. Just playing around. But they're super simple, but they're so fun. This is so fun. Now my girlfriend and I did those ones. She worked on some and I worked on some one morning when we were at my house. We had so much fun. So I just took a piece of Seth Cole. This is the cheap Seth Cole watercolor paper. I got mine at Tuesday morning for $3.99 for the whole pad. It's 140 pound weight, and it's a 12 by 9 sheet, so you could cut it into 6 by 4.5, but I decided to cut mine to 6 by 4 because frames, if I wanted to frame some of these, most frames come in 4 by 6, not 4 by 6.5. So I'm just using some painter's tape. Now, I forget what Denise uses. She uses some white tape. And so I'm going to do this the best I can without getting my head in here. But basically, we're just going to go ahead and take our 4 panels and we're going to tape them down. And I'm just trying to get it kind of even on both sides. How much is the white? You know, how much is the white? But it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. So then I'm going to come this way. Now, I think you could use any kind of like, I know there's green type of painter's tape. And like I said, you can check Denise's video if you're interested to see what she uses. Hers is white. Hers is some kind of white tape. And I know she mentions what it is, but I just didn't have that. And she also uses a professional board underneath. I'm just using a piece of cardboard box because that's what I had. So then I'm going to just go ahead and do the outside real quick, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this on fairly straight-ish here. And we're just going to frame out all of the pieces on all sides, if that makes sense. So let me just get this on. Oh my gosh, so you guys have to try this. And like I said, Denise is a professional artist, and she teaches classes and stuff, and she's got beautiful watercolor paints and expensive brushes and, you know, whatever. That's her job, so that's what she has. Do not be intimidated by that. Now, I just ran out of blue tape here. I think I might have enough to do this one side, but then I might have to use just plain old masking tape on the other, and we'll see how that works. Do not be intimidated by the supplies she uses, because I like the results of what my friend and I did, and we certainly didn't have anything, you know, like what she has. It's the process, though, that is so fun, and anybody can do this. And you know, give it a try. Even if you don't have watercolor paper, you know, try it on cardstock or you know, something like that. I don't know. But I'm just going to show you the process, and you know, if you'd like to do it, you know, give it a try. It is, like I said, it is super fun, and it's very relaxing too. So I've got my 4 pieces separated by tape and glued to my very professional piece of cardboard box here. So I'm going to get my watercolor paints out, and let's see if I can get them apart here. Here we go. I went ahead, and I would suggest doing this too, just so you kind of have a starting point. I went ahead and picked a palette of colors I want to use. I made a video, and if it's somewhere in my library, but YouTube will only let you link videos so far down, or it will only show you videos so far down to choose to use as an end card. But I started making this little booklet of color palettes, and what I did was I just went through magazines and I picked out pages that caught my eye and that I really liked the pages. Not even like I knew what the product was or cared what the product or whatever the picture was. It was the colors I was looking for. And then from those pages, I pulled out the colors and made little color palettes. And this one really caught my eye today here. It's like a green, like a forest green, light blue, light purple, dark purple, and black. And this one really caught my eye today. So we're gonna try to give that a go. So I've got my paints here, and what I don't have is my spray to spray my paints. I just need to move 10,000 items on my desk to get that. This is what happens when you clean up. Oh, you can't find anything. Okay, so I'm going to be using this green here. This is in my set, that's the forest green there. Then I don't know which blue it was. I'm just going to go with one here. We'll go with, I think it probably is that one actually. It's more blue. And then I had purple. I had light purple and dark purple, but I only have one purple in this set. So I guess it was how I put it on the swatch, whether I watered it down or used it, whatever. Now the black, instead of the black, I'm going to be stenciling with my favorite Payne's Gray acrylic. The stencil work is done in acrylic over the watercolors once the watercolors are dry. So let me go ahead and get my brush nice and wet here. And I'm going to go ahead and just start putting some colors down, and let's see what happens. And like I said, this is just you just kind of smoosh the colors on. If the smooshing is a term, that's what I'm doing. I'm just smooshing colors on here. And you'll think, oh my goodness, this looks horrendous. Yeah, it does when you start and stuff, it does. It looks like nothing. But you saw the outcome of mine. And so it can become something. Just enjoy the process. So while I'm smooshing, I'll just try to fill you in let's see if anything's going on with me. Yes, so I had a very busy weekend, so I'm sorry I can only give you my container garden video this weekend because I was super busy, but I'm back now, so hopefully I'll get some videos up this week. And I had a good weekend. It was really fun. So I'm not thinking. I'm just really, you know me, anything where I don't have to think. I'm just smooshing the paint on. So that's like my light blue. Well, it's supposed to be light blue, and I'm actually darker than my color palette that I had chose. I've gotten way darker than I intended to, but I think that's okay. I think that's going to be fine. So let's get some purple on here now. And this is going to be the dark purple here. And your colors might blend together a little bit, and that's fine. That that's the fun about watercolors, right? Is just getting the colors to work together. If you haven't played with watercolors before, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Dollar Tree still sells watercolor palettes. So for $1.25, and I'm sure they're not, highly pigmented or, super range of colors, but if you've never worked with them, it would be a good place to start so that you could see what watercolors do as far as like mixing with each other and how they work on the paper and, so on and so forth. So, that might be an option for you. Or look in, sometimes thrift shops have ones, and it doesn't matter if they're used, because watercolors will rehydrate with water, so, you know, don't worry about that. I personally prefer pan watercolors like this. I do have the Vicki Boutin liquid watercolors, the ones in the tubes, but I feel like with those I use too much, and I just get too much on there and stuff, so I really prefer using the dry ones and just rehydrating them kind of as I want, right? Okay, let me get, I'm just gonna really get a little palette here, one of my super duper palettes here. I want to use some of this purple, but now I want to get it super light, so I'm just going to add water. I don't know if you can see this here. I've got my little plastic palette. I'm just adding water, 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 water. I want this super light, this purple here. So I'm just, you know, doing some light purple here. Yeah, so I watercolor every once in a while, and then I put them away, and then I get inspired. But I somehow, this Denise Love's channel came up on my YouTube feed, you know, like you might want to watch this video or whatever. And oh boy, I'm glad I did. Okay, so we've got that on. So now we've got that. So our last color, we've got two shades of purple. So our last color that we're going to really put on is green, is this dark green here. And like I said, I went a little bit darker with the blue than I wanted to. Let me get another palette here. Let me see if I can go light with the green maybe. And let's see if that even, if I lighten it up, will it even show? And if not, then we can always, you know, darken it up again. So I'm just adding tons of water. Now I'm using this big Mambo brush here. I got this one at Hobby Lobby with, I showed it in my haul. I got this for my birthday money, or a gift card that I had. Okay, that's a little bit light. I might put a little bit of light green here, but I'm gonna, I think, definitely add some darker green also. But I got this brush from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale for $3 and like 64 cents or something, but it was like a $20 brush. And you know, some of the ones Denise Love uses are like $30, $60 or something like that. They're really expensive. But like I said, don't be intimidated by that. That's her job. Now I have my tea here in my cute little owl mug here. It's green tea and sleepy time tea mixed. Even though it's daytime, I love the taste of sleepy time, but I have to put it way over there because many times, people, I have put my paintbrush in my drink because my drink was too close to my water thing on my desk. So now the green really shows up if I use it dark like this. Like this. But I don't want it, you know, I don't want it too super dark. I have to put some water in or it's not going to move around. So I'm just going to do like this. And like I said, I'm just smooshing paint. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just really smooshing paint. And it's so fun. And when you, like, if you get friends together to do this, like I did with my friend, like I said, we had so much fun. We were just like in the zone. We were talking, smooshing, and not even thinking, you know, what is the result going to look like? Because you're not going to know what the result's going to look like until you peel that paint off. Not the paint, the tape. You're not going to know. And it's going to be fabulous. I can guarantee it. So I'm just making colors. But like I said, if you want to start by making yourself some color palettes, that's a good thing to do too. You know, just to go through magazines or books or whatever, look at things that please you, like color-wise, and then steal the colors out and swatch some of those off and make a little color palette. Then that's also good for when you're trying to do art and you just don't know what colors to use, or you always use the same colors over and over again and you want to do something different. This is not a color palette that I usually use, but I saw that one and I was like, oh, I love that. I love that. How did this go? How did my palette go? This way, I think. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside. Okay, so that's it for the watercolor. So excuse me for 1 second, and I'm going to just dry this real quick because the next steps are going to require that it be dry. Now, Denise, in her video that I've linked below, she does what's called blooming, where she'll take the brush just with some water on it and she'll dot it around the picture and then watch how the colors like bleed out into each other. And we did that, and that was fine and everything, but I'm not going to do that just for time's sake and not to make sure this video is too long. I'm just going to dry this real quick. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, let me just put my watercolors away because I don't need them anymore, or at least put them to the side here. Ugh, let me just put them over there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take pencil, just a regular pencil. I'm just using like a cheap Dollar Tree glitter pencil. I mean, this part's glitter. This is just regular pencil. And I'm just going to do some very sketchy... I'm holding the pencil right at the back end here, and I'm literally just kind of scribbling on these. I'm just scribbling and getting a little bit of graphite on the paper. Okay, just whatever. Just holding it loosely. I'm not holding it down here and doing this. I'm just, you know, scribbling like this. And I'm not sure if you'll even be able to see that in the camera, what I've done. What did I do with my samples here? Let's see here. If you can look at this one here, maybe you can see that there is scribbling in there. It's very subtle, but it does add a layer. And with all kinds of like mixed media and stuff, you know, it's all about adding different layers and stuff. Now, something else that I want to do that you don't have to do is I want to add some ischemic writing, which is that writing which is not writing. It looks like writing, but it's scribble writing. And I'm going to be using my gold doodler from Dollar Tree. This was the 2-pack. You get 1 gold and 1 silver. And I'm going to use the gold one. And I'm just going to do some ischemic writing. So I can't do this and talk at the same time, so forgive me. I'm just going to be doing a little bit of ischemic writing. Okay, can you see, oh, let's see, it's this one here. Can you see here and here? I did some of the scribble writing. I'm going to let that one dry a little bit more. Let's go over to this one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking. I know that's extremely boring for you, but and the funny thing is, this actually does say stuff. I can't do ischemic writing without actually writing something, but I'm writing it so badly that it's illegible. But I can't just do it without doing it, so I'm thinking about what am I writing. Okay, for an example, this one here, right here, It says, I hope you like my video. I mean, there's no way you can read that, but that's what my mind had to go to when I was writing that. So we've got the pencil scribbles. We've got some ischemic writing. Now you could do the ischemic writing in a different color. I just like to use the gold and silver, but you know, you could use whatever color you want. So let me just hit that real quick with the heat gun one more time, just to make sure that the both the scribbler, because these are metallic, so it just is a zebra scribbler. It was the 2-pack from Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if this is ink or if this is, yeah, it must be ink because you don't have to shake it. It's not acrylic paint. But if you go to Dollar Tree, get the 2-pack of the zebra silver and gold doodlers, because they are fantastic. I mean, this really covers, and this is writing, I wrote this gold over a kind of damp surface, and it's opaque as can be. I mean, this is not a runny, you know, cheap pen. It really works well. Okay, so now we're going to get to some magic here. We're going to use some stencils. These are 3 of my favorite stencils here. I've got this like brick looking one. I've got this leafy looking one, and then this one also looks kind of like brick. This is just squares. This is the one that looks kind of like brick. So I'm going to be using my favorite paint, which of course is the Payne's Gray. So let me get another palette here and squeeze a little bit of my Payne's Gray on there. Okay. We don't need too much because this is just going to be stenciled. And I got my little makeup sponge thingy, and for stenciling, I like to just fold them like that and clip them like that. So I've got like a little pad like this. These makeup sponges have disappeared from the stores, if you all have noticed. I can't find them anywhere in my area, and I don't know why. They have just completely disappeared. And even on Amazon, they're hard to find. And I think it's because people are using the, like the little pear-shaped makeup sponges instead, or the little flat disc ones, and they're not using look how good that looks. I love that. You know, that they're not using these type anymore. But anyway, I had to actually order some online to even get them, because I just love them for stenciling. Look how good that looks. See how just adding that pop of the Payne's Gray acrylic on top of the watercolor just makes a fabulous difference, right? Let's go ahead and do some more down here with this one. And I'm just, you can see I'm not doing any pattern with this. I'm just daubing. Some of the squares are completely filled and some are faint, because I'm not, you know, trying to fill the whole pattern. I'm just trying to get some stencil onto the card, right? Just like that. Okay, so let's try use a different stencil here. Let's use this fun one. This one looks like a little bit like brick. Okay. And no, I usually don't clean my stencils. But because I only stencil really with acrylic paint, it dries on my stencils, so it's not going to come off when I do something else with it. And the other thing is, you know, I don't have a sink in my room. Oh, I like that one too. That's cool, right? All right, let's do one more, and we'll do it in the leaf pattern. I mean, this stencil is so now nice and thick because it's got so many layers of paint on it. Okay, let's use a little bit more here. And the other thing is, I stopped using baby wipes on my desk for the most part, so I don't have a way to quickly wipe them off. I don't want to use my little cloth just to keep washing stencils. Oh, I like that. So see how easy that is to do, to make something, oops, let me put that aside, to make this. I mean, that was super easy, right? I was talking just smooshing paint on, but we're not finished. We're gonna hit this with a heat gun again, and that's just to make sure that the acrylic paint is dry, which acrylic paint tends to dry super fast anyway, but since this watercolor background is not super dry yet, I'm just gonna hit it with the heat gun. You know, and if you want, you could always do the watercolor one night and then come back and do the other. But we didn't find that we needed to do that, and Denise doesn't do that either. She just goes ahead and does it. Okay, so now we're gonna have some more fun. We are going, oh no, I didn't get them out. Hold on. Okay, I'll be back in 1 second. I just gotta get up and get my metallic watercolors, my gold and metallic watercolor. I thought I had everything out for you guys, and of course I didn't. So now I'm having trouble finding them. Why is that? Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Oh, it slipped. It slipped behind something else. Okay, we're going to use some gold. Now I'm going with gold just because I used gold for the asemic writing. But like I said, that gold pen comes in a 2-pack. The Zebra gold pen comes in a 2-pack. So the other one is silver. So if you wanted to go with silver and then do some silver splashes, you could do that too. This is just such highly pigmented paint. I just love this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some splattering in gold. And it's fun to see how the gold, how it looks different on the different colors. It's so pretty. You can put as much or as little splatter, of course, as you want. I always tend to go for more, especially the metallic ones because they're so pretty. And you could go with any color. I could get my twinkling H2Os out and use those too. So I'm just going to hit it one more time with the heat gun real quick, and then we'll do one final little thing, which is not, Denise doesn't do it, but it's something that I did on mine. I just want that gold to dry a little bit. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, I showed you all that I bought this set. It's a set of 3 Sharpies, the metallic Sharpies, and these were $5.99 at Joann's. They were $5.99 at Hobby Lobby, but these are also fantastic. These are just Sharpies, but it's the metallic Sharpies. So you can just go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and make some dots. I know I have the splashes on there, but this is kind of a different color gold, and I'm just making some dots, random dots, and I'll show you. I'll hold these up higher to the camera when I'm done so that you can really see. But in this short time, you know, to make such fun little works of art, you can send these in the mail, because like I said, I cut this one to 4x6, which I believe is a postcard size, one that the U.S. mail will take. But it's also a size that you can get cheap little frames, you know, even at Dollar Tree or thrift shops or whatever, if you wanted to make a little series of paintings to hang. So there they are. Here comes the magic, is taking the tape off. Now, you've got to be, if you're going to use something other than painter's tape, you want to be a little bit careful because you don't know how it's going to react to the paper underneath, and you don't want to pull the surface off the paper on the sides. If that starts to happen, you feel like your tape is not coming off as easy as you want, and it's starting to pull on the paper a little bit, then you would want to just take your heat gun and just hold it over that piece of tape and heat up the tape so that it releases easily from your paper so that it doesn't rip the edge. That's the advice that Denise gave. Now, if you're going to frame these, the very, very edge would probably be under a frame, but you still don't want to have, you know, a ripped section, right? So this is the fun part, taking these off and seeing what your little works of art look like. Okay, this one's on top here, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, and I love this color palette. See, this is not a color palette I would have chosen, but like I said, just make yourself a little color palette book. Go through magazines, pull out some colors. The pages that catch your eye are the ones that I use because obviously I like the colors in them. So look, guys, here they are, 4 little prints. I'll show you each one up close. How fun are these, right? And it didn't take that long at all. And if I wasn't making a video and had to, you know, explain everything or whatever, I probably would have gotten 2 sets done in that time. Aren't these super fun? You can, you know, figure out which way you like them, you know, which orientation you like them in or whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, that video came up on my YouTube feed and I gave it a try, and I'm so glad I did because this is a fun little project. I hope you all give it a try. So please give my video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do, and we'll do some more fun, creative things, whatever. My next video, though, might either be my fairy, working on my fairy journal, or maybe Trash Tuesday. I'll work in one of my trash journals. But subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until the next video, guys, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.